Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I will be talking to you guys about abortion and being pro-choice. Abortion has been one of the biggest controversies of all time. Many believe it is immoral and even considered to be murder. The definition of abortion is the termination of pregnancy by the removal or expulsion from the uterus or the fetus. These pro-life believers do not support the idea of induced abortion and believe that it should be illegal. Many of these supporters do not know that if abortion were illegal, it would still be performed, unfortunately, by uneducated staff. Over 70,000 maternal deaths occur every year because of unsafe abortions. These women die, so the idea of supporting pro-life is contradictory. This is why the nation should be pro-choice. Pro-choice believers support the right to privacy and the idea women should have the choice to do what she pleases with her own body. As an example, a woman is raped by a man and becomes pregnant with his child. She decides that she doesn't want to keep this baby, and she has an abortion because the idea of raising a child of her rapist is too painful for her to cope with. Pro-choice defenders take sympathy to these women, while she then gets called a murderer by pro-life supporters. Abortion sometimes results in the woman being harassed because of the choice she has made with her body, for her body. That's what pro-life supports. Oftentimes, situations like this turns into harassment, which can be considered to be part of anti-abortion violence. These pro-life supporters stalk, threaten, and even sometimes kill women who have chosen to have an abortion, and even the doctors that provide the procedures. Pro-life also supports the idea that every child has a right to live, even if the mother is not financially able to support the child, and the child would struggle every day along with their mother. These children would be underprivileged and could potentially die from the circumstances that they've been forced to live in. Again, this is what people that are considered to be pro-life defend. Pro-choice supports the girls that is 15 years old and loses her virginity and becomes pregnant because she wasn't fully aware of the consequences of her actions. The choice of her keeping the child would result in her getting kicked out of her home, she'd be financially unable to support the baby, and she would lose her education. With abortion, she would not have to deal with these issues, though she would have to deal with the emotional aspect of deciding to terminate the fetus. Pro-choice supports the idea she would learn from her mistake, and ultimately, it was her choice to do what she wished with her body. The results of the experience for this girl would be socially maturity and evolution, rather than a state of repression. About 14,000 women get abortions following incest or rape, and it is estimated that 43% of women worldwide will have an abortion by the time they are 45 years old. It is also estimated that there are 43 million abortions a year. Imagine that those abortions had not occurred. With the current population issues in the world today, there are over 7 billion people on the planet, and we have limited resources which are quickly depleting. So in a strange way, abortion is beneficial to the planet. Pro-life supporters do not see the situation, reasons, and benefits from abortions. They are ignorant to the reasons why many women choose to make the decisions they do. It is clear abortion should remain legal, even if it seems immoral. It can often be the best situation for the people that have to make that tough decisions. Pro-choice defends and protects the people. It is ultimately the woman's life that would be affected and no one else's. Who would the government be to take that away from us, the people? We live in a country based on freedoms, and women who have the choice and should continue to have the freedom to make that choice. Thank you.
All right, the floor is open for questions. Go ahead.
What made you pick this topic?
Thank you for your question. I don't know, I just felt like it would be an easy topic to debate on and persuade people about. I mean, it's a hard topic to persuade people, because lots of people are like religious, and can't really, like I'm religious, but like I went to a whole lot of pro-choice and pro-life like marches in Washington, so I know I've been on the other side, but I was myself persuaded to go to pro-choice because that's what I feel like is right. Anybody else? Yes.
Yeah, I actually have two questions. One, out of the 43 million people that have abortions every year, how many of those actually use abortion as a form of birth control versus legitimate medical reasons why they have an abortion?
Thank you for your questions. I actually do not know the answer to that.
Okay. And my last question is, what about the father's rights for whenever they're poking to have fun, it gets serious and the woman gets pregnant, and then the father wants to keep the child, but the woman wants abortion. What's your opinion or stance on that?
Well, in my opinion, I think the woman should have the child then, because then if the dad is able to raise that child and is financially able to, then I think that she should keep the child and give it up to the father when she is ready. Maybe she can come back into his life. But
And the only reason I bring that was my case.
Yeah.
That's the only reason I bring that up.
yes,
So what is your point of view about abortion? Are you with or against?
I'm for it. In certain circumstances, I'm for it.
What?
If someone is raped or someone is financially unstable and they can't provide money or resources towards a baby, then abortion would do that.
Okay, that's time. All right, Timmy,